Zol pick. But going to Western Air Temple, you had the double platforms to work off of to get those nice airs. I think this could be a great playground for Denz.
Okay, already Fox and Taher with a pretty strong lead. The double neutralite to come out in center. And see, this is the thing, man. Fox and Taher, you see it already here in the first stock. They have a really, really good control of the game, which Axe, of course, allows you to get. And if they're able to make something good happen with that, you see now Jub and Denz are slowly but surely trying to take that control back. And as they find it, that's going to be a combo. They mess it up, though.
Which, by the way, it's a double Ulgrim that they're rocking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy team comp. Very, very brave team comp coming out from Taher and Fox. I respect it, though. I respect it.
I mean, the slide charging SIGs that you can bring out with Ulgrim is wild for ledge guarding, but the fact that we're seeing the gravity cancel D6 from Axe from both of them almost in unison has been enough to shove out Jub in the air. Fox is just barely able to get back onto the ledge. Recovery doesn't connect, and neither does the Sair from Taher. What? No! It's gonna be a great combo coming out from Denz instead to send both those Ulgrims to their second stock.
Okay, Denz able to make something happen on that cannon. Gets hit by a neutralite from their own teammate, though. And honestly, Keg, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think it sunk into me until now that Denz is playing Isaiah. So, like, I realize he's playing Isaiah, but he's, like, actually on Blaster's cannon. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I get you, because you don't really think, like, the cannon's gonna find this spacing you need on a small stage like this,
like,
right?
What's that pick?
like, he's making it work. He's, like, completely puppy dog guarding one of the sides of the stage, and it's forcing Fox and Taher to play like only a third of the stage overall, and he's like allowing Jub to get so much extra damage.
Oh yeah, he's definitely creating a lot of space for their teammate, Jub. Not able to swoop in to get an attack there. Nice interrupt by Taher too. It's looking like Fox and Taher are taking the momentum just a little bit, or at the very least they're disrupting the momentum. All of a sudden the tides have turned here. It was looking really good for Jub and Denz just a moment ago. Able to retake stage control though. Taher left floating in the air. Fox finds that Sair. Are they gonna get the second knockout?
You know what's weird about Isaiah's kit? He's kind of like a mix of Zariel and Kaya, with how well you're able to space out and pre-place a lot of the signatures to try to catch somebody out that Jub's already setting up for a knockout.
Yeah, the signatures are definitely strong if you're able to use them correctly. Jub almost knocking out their own teammate there with the neutralite, getting a little bit scary. Fox, I don't know if that D-light was intentional to save Taher from not letting the recovery like have enough reach. If it was, that might have been like 200 IQ play.
Taher is one hit from anything to oblivion.
All right, let's see if they're able to do it. Finds that knockout in the 1v2 now. If they manage to find the knockout, this could be massive, but Fox is able to stay safe here.
Still game number one. Deep red and orange off of Jub and Fox. Either one of them falls, it enables a 2v1 from the enemy team. Now though, neutral control is looking pretty dang good. Triple lands on the board, double of which now on the blue team. Fox there for the down air, does solidify the pick against Jub. A great shutdown. Now Denz, the interesting Isaiah pick in a 1v2.
Denz, let's see if you're able to do it. Neutral signature isn't going to connect. Recovery will, though. He's able to find the landing, and he picks up that cannon. Signature misses. What a beautiful dodge. That's going to hit Fox as well. Is he able to find the knockout? Nair comes out. It's not going to have enough force. He needs to get back onto the stage, but the neutralite into the Sair. He still has options, but that's going to be enough to send him into the blast zone.
That was a really good attempt, though, coming out from the Isaiah pick. Well, 345 damage. It felt like he had a lot more space impact on the server just to allow Jub to get more damage. He comes out with 608. But I have to wonder, Polly, do you think the Isaiah is going to exist in Game 2?
Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest. I know an Isaiah main when I see him, okay? He's level 100 as well. No, there's a certain way Isaiah mains use their down signatures and their neutral signatures on that cannon where you just know that they're gonna stick to Isaiah throughout the set. I'm calling it right now. He's not swapping off Isaiah at all.
Well, he locked in Isaiah for game number 2, man, so I think you're right. All the stages left, though, do benefit this Isaiah pick. We didn't get to quite see it in Western Air Temple, but I think as long as the Isaiah gets more active in game number 2, engaging in these 2v1s to help out Jub, I think this could easily be a tied series.
Yeah, Denz was definitely facing some difficulties against Fox and Taher soon here, but let's see if they're able to find a way to adapt, and we're definitely gonna keep a close eye on Denz here too. To move into our second game, it's gonna be on the same stage as well.
Yeah, double Ogrim still exists. No swaps from anybody at all. We did see quite at the end, though. It was close for Taher and Fox to be eliminated. Jub had to put in 608 damage overall. Deep red for a lot of the players left, too. There was a lot of team damage off these SIGs. Ledge guarding didn't quite work, though. It's just a matter now of seeing whether or not Denz can keep isolating these 1v1s against each Ogrim.
Okay, Denz looking pretty good right now on the cannon. Jub struggling a little bit, not able to find the landing. Taher finds that neutral signature onto Denz, tries to go for the second one, but Jub to get a massive punish. But actually, I can't see, did Denz send him up there with a neutral signature? That would have been a terrible mistake. Very unfortunate if that's what happened there. Actually did not see.
But look at the replays. Great recovery coming out from the Lance. Does send both now Ogrims away. A double KO. That's so strong. And funny enough now, Denz is the last player. Well, okay. Maybe not so much now. A lot of survivability though. But that's the strategy. Fox and Taher are isolating the 1v1s, yes, but they're waiting on those respawn timers to focus on Jub specifically.
Yeah, using those kind of like pseudo 2v1 situations is super, super important in 2v2, and they are definitely taking those situations to their advantage. Jub looking great on the spear, able to find some aerials here to build up that damage, and now that's Denz just wedging himself in between Fox and Taher, able to find a lot of damage, but Fox is able to return the favor. They set up an offstage opportunity, they're able to get back up.
Oh, it's getting spicier. Here comes down once again. Who's gonna have that weird pseudo 2v1 timing? It's a dare coming up from Denz! And both the Ogrims fall once again. This Isaiah's truly woken up.
Right, Denz and Jub now with the stock advantages. Let's see what they're able to do. Denz showing no fear whatsoever as he's in between Fox and Taher on the double lands. Neutral light comes out. That's going to be the stock. Sideline recovery isn't enough. The Sair isn't going to be enough either. Denz is able to make it back.
That's wild. He was practically in the blast zone and he just triple Sairs his way back onto the stage. Fox and Taher weren't there for the punish. They're so focused on Jub and just racking up damage against him. All right, herding the sheep back over to the left side of the stage. Will it be enough? Another Sair.
That lead on the stock of Denz could be absolutely massive, man. Just not going down in that offstage interaction. He still hasn't lost his stock, and Jub is the same HP as Fox and Taher. If it keeps going this way, I mean, they're on their way to win here. They're on their way to even it out to 1-1.
Now, if you're Denz, would you want to just go off the stage and reset just to be on the same sort of timer as Jub?
Nah, because Jub, whenever Jub goes down, he's not respawning, man.
That's true. Oh, Fox? Tough spot to be in.
Recovery comes out.
Double exclamation marks too in the process. Could have almost gone from bad to worse. Good recovery to send one Ogrim into the air, but the other one's just naring to chip away damage. Great side sig and full recovery. Oh my lord.
Double knockout to close out that game. Now Taher and Fox yet again with a fairly strong game, but Denz and Jub were able to adapt. And I mean, we were saying it a lot last game. The victory in the first game had a lot to do with how they were able to exploit Denz on the battlefield. I feel like Denz has had a lot more control that time around.
He was just a lot more active.
I mean, we saw even more of the same coming up from Jub. Really, really solid stuff.
Yeah, I think Jub had the same game plan going from game 1 to game 2. Denz became a lot more active and was engaged in cannon play more. He used his blasters towards the end of each stock against the blue team members to get recoveries, your basic bread and butter D-Light into Sairs. Worked out really well, but as we swapped the Fortress Alliance, I don't really think the game plan for anybody's going to change, but both these Ogrims have to be a lot more careful playing off stage. That cannon has so much survivability.
For sure, but I mean, at the same time, I feel like being more cramped and not having as much space with those platforms could benefit the Ogrims here. I mean, we'll see. We have more horizontal space though compared to the other maps. So honestly, I'm as good as I guess as you, Kay.
Oh, that was a cannon ground pound into a down state that nearly confirmed Taher's first stock. That could have been truly devastating, but once again, just very scrappy first stock coming out from all sides. Really like the space control coming out from both of the Ulgrims. Good neutral sig from Taher was good to send Jub into the air. Now he's the one truly pressured out. He's gonna have the least defense out of all the players in the server. He's gotta be very careful, especially in the air with all the recoveries that both the weapons of Ulgrims can bring.
Fox able to find that Nair. They got the first knockout on Jub. Let's see if they're able to find it on Denze here now. Jub is able to respawn though and pick up that lance. Both of them, all teams now scrambling to find this knockout to solidify their lead or to equalize. Denze isn't able to find it. The recovery isn't enough. They want to go for another move, but Fox is able to go all the way around.
Fox has been in the air for so long. He was like wiggling around. Like, when will I land? I gotta get back into the game.
All right. Gets that knockout, gets the second one. And that is going to be two stocks, I guess 2 stocks here for all the players. Jub looking quite damaged on this Orion though. Gonna have to play slightly more carefully. And I mean, right now they are having a difficult time doing that. All the way down into red already. That's gonna be the knockout. And they have themselves a stock lead here.
Jub is getting bullied by the 2v1s. Denze, he's facing the same issue as game number 1, where he's holding onto the ledge, waiting for someone to get knocked over to his way, but he's not engaged in saving his teammate.
Right. So here comes out, side signature. We'll be sending away to the left-hand side, but it's not going to be enough to push into the blast zone. Side signature, that one won't connect either. Ulgrim has a surprising amount of defense.
He does. He is nasty. That's why a lot of people in 2v2s like to bring out the Ulgrim. You have just so much space control. Good recovery coming out from Denze. Taher in return, however, does make it back onto the stage. Keep in mind too that Jub and Denze are a brand new team combo. They don't have that same chemistry experience as Fox and Taher do.
Yeah.
And even then, you know, for what we know, Denze doesn't have a lot of professional 2v2 experience to begin with. He's been a 1v1er.
Lance there comes out. This is going to be a 1v2 now. Fox wanted to go for that GC sidelight Nair. You already saw they had a full-on 2v2 combo lined up and ready to go, but missing that sidelight ever so slightly. Tries a second time, and it's not going to connect this time either. Guys, not on the main stage. Come on, pull it together.
Good stare. Exclamation marks are out now. Denze has to get back onto the stage as quick as possible.
Okay, there it is. Okay, we're finally we're able to get that. We're able to get that combo out. Still, I mean, we all been there. Sometimes it's not easy, King.
No. I mean, I always like seeing the side sig come out from the axe at the very end. It's a really good team combo, and again, it just goes to show how experienced we have the double Ulgrims are with their team experience. They've been able to play in so many tournaments thus far, and Denze was not in the Winter Championships. He's bringing out the Isaiah, which is great for 1v1s. I want to see where he's going to exist in these future games, because again, the game plan has been both Ulgrims are going to focus Jub. This Orion's going to take a ton of damage, and Denze has to get more active in defending his teammate.
That's the thing, man. I mean, how are you gonna get active against double Ulgrim? It's like your activity needs to be so large, like to have the same impact in the game, because they do half of the attacks that you do, and they're able to create just as much space. And I mean, Fox and Taher are so good at using this matchup as well. So Denz and Jub, they're definitely gonna struggle. We are seeing the return of platforms here. We're going to a triple platform map, and as I mentioned prior, I actually do think that this map, having more vertical space, should benefit the red team. Yeah,
I agree, and I think just Denze overall has more space to get active with for light attacks on the cannon. He doesn't have to rely on Sayers nearly as much. He can down sing on cannon for offstage play, and he's getting much more active with Jub, which is so important here. He can try to start bringing out 1v1s. He's really good on a map like Terminus, but you have to be very careful with that upper blast zone. Anybody with how short it is can just send it to an early stock.
And I mean, I'm looking right now at Denze. Denze is utilizing these platforms a lot. You can definitely tell that he likes having platforms to stand on. We're seeing a lot of slide charged attacks coming out. Let's see if they're able to get this stock onto Taher. They have themselves a pretty good start here, pretty good lead here. And find some more additional attacks short combo onto Fox. This is looking solid, Keg.
This is looking so good, dude. The cannon has looked like the bread and butter for Denz as well. He's able to maneuver around the platforms like you said, Polly. And Jub with a follow-up off that there was so good to send Fox away, but unfortunately...
The throw was so swag!
It's such a tiny punish.
Weapon throw, dude. Okay, Fox.
Oh, that's truly unlucky, man. And Fox is nearly down to his final stock.
Yeah, all the way down in red here. They're gonna have to be careful, but you see that they're too careful, and just like that, they're letting their teammate get stuck in 2v2 situations where they could get comboed. So Fox, it's a very, very delicate balance of being careful while also being useful.
Now let's see now. Fox is in a precarious spot. It's been comeback city for Denz and Jub. I like how Jub has been playing this Lance a lot too. He's been forced out to the ledge, but his survivability for the most part has been good. Outside of the weapon throws that we're seeing from the Olgrims, but another Dare is going to convert his second stock. This is where it becomes a problem, being too good at maneuvering, because Denz is still on his third.
Yeah, and also we saw very unfortunate decision-making by Denz there, where they did send their teammate out, potentially hoping, yeah, but I'm going to be able to find that other knockout. Still, might not even really matter. Both of them, 3 stocks left on the hands of Baloo team here. If they're able to take Fox out, this could be pretty massive. Oh, and there it is.
Guess what? It happens. That's huge. Jub has plenty of health left on this final stock to make things work. Taher, not in the best of spots. Great ledge guarding from the Isaiah.
A good down signature, and now just like that, just let Dennis be kind of on the front line here, and so Jub can chill out, so he won't lose his stock, and this should be a 2v1. Able to find a quick conversion. I wonder if they have a team combo ready to go. It doesn't look like it. Maybe they're fishing for that one move. Able to find some more conversions though.
No, I can't imagine. I can't imagine they have team combos with how recent this pairing has been. Good team. Well, okay. Good side air coming out from Jub, though. Yeah. Look, you find them, you take them.
Red team wins.
And that's going to be game 5, Keg. They're keeping this very, very competitive.
Oh, Fox only with 135 damage overall. This has been such a pendulum swing heavy series where it feels like after each loss, a team needs to make massive adaptations in order to win it out.
Definitely, and only time will tell if their recent adaptations will be enough to propel them all the way into victory here. It's been a very, very even set, and all of the players have been playing their heart out. Well, I'm watching Taher and Fox right now, just chilling in the game room without picking their legend. I'm assuming they're probably chatting in Discord about what to do. Now there are some pocket picks to be had here. Now Fox, I'm not entirely. I'm actually forgetting what their 1v1 picks are and what kind of pocket picks that they might come out with. Taher, on the other hand, I mean, we saw last weekend, wonderful Vector, one of the legends that they are very well known for as well. If they wop out maybe the Macho Man of Vector and have that bow into the mix, that could be a very, very big mix-up. How are you feeling, Keg?
Nervous. I want to see how this goes for the potential double Olgrim. I'm looking at pro stats right now, and I'm seeing that Fox has historically played the Rayman a little bit, so we're gonna be seeing Axe, and it's gonna be double Olgrim locked in. We can see it. So I'm a little sad we don't see any massive changes. It feels like to me that Jub and Denz have loaded in, or downloaded I should say, the play style of how each of these two players like to operate. It's just mostly countering their offstage play and getting some chip damage. So I'm really hoping we get to see a big macro style shift coming out from the double Olgrims, or this is going to be a great victory for Jub and Denz.
Yeah, for sure. It is definitely looking like it if they aren't able to adapt here. But yet again, I do want to mention, I always like whenever I see that the players are taking a quick break between the games, hopefully to discuss or just to take a couple of deep breaths and, you know, make sure that they are calm and ready.
Now, do you think the idea of going to Fortress here is to make sure Denz can't use the cannon as much?
Yeah, honestly, like the way he was using those platforms, super strong at using those platforms, especially whenever he was on that cannon. The signatures obviously are very strong with the platform too. Still though, I mean, Denze is able to make things happen any map he's on. Neutral signature to his face though, and that's gonna send anyone out.
This is so dominant from Fox and Taher. They have taken so little damage on this first stock. Jub and Denze have already fallen.
Okay. We'll find that Nair, taking Taher down into deeper and deeper into the red here.
The double lance is just like bees swarming over one player at a time, daring over and over, stinging them non-stop to chip away that damage. Jub can't go anywhere. The safety though, Denze tanks that entire ground pound just to make sure Jub can get back onto the ledge. Another one though, that's Jub.
He charged that for so long. That's charged for so long. Let's find the weapon throw. And that's going to be the knockout. Fox.
He does it!
That's so unlucky. Denze was able to get the knockout. That's Jub going down too.
That is such a dub for the blue team. Taher has not lost that third stock yet. He is still hunky-dory, looking great. Of course, as I say that though, it does fall, but plenty of value out of that first stock.
Absolutely. Now let's see if they're able to push this even further. Jub and Denze are looking to shut their lead down, and Jub is going for a dare, just frenzy here on the offstage. Taher wants to come and help their team, but it's too late. That's Fox, almost basically 0 to knockout. I mean, they didn't have a lot of damage before that.
No, that was 4 pokes in a row from the pogo of Jub into a down throw. That's so unlucky.
Okay. It's going to be another knockout. 3 stocks against the one now. If there's one man to pull it off, it's going to be Denze. But oh man, is it going to be difficult.
I mean, Denze, again, a player that we don't know has a lot of 2v2 experience, could absolutely turn this into 2 1v1s. Just a matter of trying to get past the swarm. Taher still has 2 stocks to work with. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. Lance, Axe, all out. Every angle potentially covered. Team combo is much more available now for these 2 players left alive. It's going to be the Sair. A good start. Denze gets back onto the ledge. Ledge guard, though. Bread and butter for the double Ogrims has been good. Double Sair finds both players. Weapon throw sends him away. Make that a second. Denze, no options left. Barely gets back onto the ledge. He gets an unarmed recovery, though.
He's a fighter. Oh, but the Sair is going to be enough. The Sair is going to be enough to find the knockout, and that is going to be Taher and Fox advancing in the bracket. Taher, by the way, with 700 damage, really turning up the heat and showing up here in the last game.
It was the same strat pretty much all throughout for the